Assalamu alaikum girlies, welcome back to the Dunya Rambles podcast where I ramble on about this dunya. Today I wanted to talk about why I think people are taking off the hijab. It's not a video essay, it's kind of my thoughts on the situation, just like the rest of my Dunya Rambles. I'm rambling about the world. And it might sound harsh, because sometimes my tone comes off. I'm not trying to sound harsh, I'm just speaking to you guys. One of the reasons that I feel like people are taking off the hijab is because it doesn't hurt anyone, you know? And that's not a good reason. It doesn't hurt anyone physically, but it hurts you in the long run, and it hurts you spiritually because it is a command from Allah. The thing about is the hijab a choice? I feel like you chose to be a Muslim. You said, yes, I'm going to wear the hijab. People are confusing free will with what you're supposed to be doing. How you use your free will is what will decide if you get into Jannah or Jahannam. That is why we have free will, because I can choose to take the hijab off today. That's what I choose to do with my free will, because it's not going to hurt anyone. If I say I'm a Muslim, I truly believe I'm a Muslim, why would I not wear the hijab? Just because I have free will, because it doesn't hurt anyone. That's not a good excuse, not a good one. Another thing that when they take off the hijab, and it's like, girl, what are you doing? No, stop. They come on the internet and they talk about, stop forming a parasocial relationship with me. You know, I don't know you, don't know me, stop forming a parasocial relationship. Don't you make money off of that? Am I wrong? Do you not make money off of the fact that people formed a parasocial relationship with you? Do you not? The reason why you are even have the platform you have now is because people have that little parasocial relationship with you. The brand deals that you get is because of those parasocial relationships. The money and the AdSense you get is because of those parasocial relationships. So to come on the big internet and you're a hijabi creator that people look up to, that people support, that people buy from, right? If you make a brand off of it, if you make money off of it, and then to turn around to take off your hijab and then say, stop forming a parasocial relationship with me, I despise that point, because you know, I don't care how much you want to believe you don't, I don't care how much you want to think you don't, you know in your heart of hearts that people have formed a relationship with you through the internet. You know that. Everyone knows that when you're on social media. You know that they do. Proceed to do something that is not only haram, that will hurt you in the long run, but you still decide to take off the hijab, and not only that, post it on social media.
Now, why I made this statement is not to justify parasocial relationships. My point is that you cannot take people giving you advice to not do haram and blame it on the fact that they have a parasocial relationship. That's number one. Number two, if you really feel like someone else taking out their hijab is making you want to take off your hijab, you need to reevaluate exactly why you have the hijab on your forehead. But point that they make that take off my hijab is really affecting your iman, y'all need to get your stuff straight, they kind of have a point. It should not affect you wearing your hijab properly. That's my point. Back to the video.
Social media is now this game of how much information can you get out of me? How much bread can I make if I tell you this? Social media platform. People used to get rich off of how private they were. Now people are getting rich because they're not so private anymore, because they've lost all sense of dignity, haya, all sense of everything. I don't like that. So to take off your hijab and to say, don't form a parasocial relationship with me, please, that's your problem, not my problem. No, it is your problem, because when you decide to post on social media, when you decide you want to do TikTok shop and make some money off of it, that's when the parasocial relationshipness became your problem. And that's what whenever you do something, that's why people get PR teams. That is called having a parasocial relationship. You decided to be on social media, you decided to form one. Another reason, and these aren't even reasons, these are just things I'm putting out here, okay, is that only Allah can judge me. Oh, yeah, we know that. The thing is, only Allah can truly judge you. We know this. It's a fact. Only Allah can truly judge your intentions. You can't just say, Allah will judge me, and then proceed to do whatever you want. Allah will forgive me, and do whatever you want. That's not how life works. Whatever you get on here, it will come back to bite you. Please don't take up hijab on social media, because it will be there forever. This is social media. You can't do that. You know, like, I don't really know what cheat code we think we've gotten when we say that, you know, Allah will judge me, so do whatever we want. That's not how it works. Because if you know you're doing something haram and your response to that is, Allah will judge me. Oh yeah, He will. And He will judge you by your intention. Because your intention is to do something haram, and then say that He will only judge you for you to just keep doing that haram. That's not how it works. Seeking forgiveness, repenting. If you go out to do the sin 1,000 times, repent 1,000 times. It is as simple as that. That is the difference. So for you to sit up here and talk about, I'm gonna take off my hijab, only Allah can judge me, it's wrong. And then post it on social media, it's wrong. Another thing, is that it is quite, and I agree with this point, not to take off your hijab. I don't condone that. I can understand something, but I don't condone it. is that it is harder to wear hijab here in the West. Now, I did travel to Saudi. I did travel, okay? I traveled to Saudi. I was there. I was one of the girlies. And when I told you it was 10 times easier to wear the hijab, bro, I didn't have to worry about people looking at me because I wear the hijab, because everyone, it was normal there. So I was like how non-Muslims are here in America. I was like them in Saudi. It is way harder to wear hijab here in the West. But just because it is way harder to does not mean that it just forbids you or makes you more special than the next gal who has to wear it. That's not it. You really believe you're a Muslim, you do what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has told you to do. And that's what he said to do, so you do that. I'm the honest Muslim girlie on the internet. I'm gonna tell you it straight up. No sugarcoating. People are so sensitive nowadays with things. Like, I'm a sensitive girl, but some things you can say and I just, they take it like, oh, no. You're trying so hard to not obey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's gonna hurt you in the long run. It's gonna hurt you in the Akhirah. Stop it. Just do it now so you don't have to do it for all of eternity. That's how I see it. Another thing is the way that, and this is not just taking off the hijab. This part is about wearing the hijab a specific way. Like, what is the hijab? I've filmed a video already on that, so I will be posting that, inshallah. There's two forms of hijab on the internet now. The one I'm wearing, hijab covering my head and my neck, that is the correct way to wear the hijab. And then there's neck out, earrings out. Would you rather be the type of Muslim on the internet who's fully dressed like me? You don't need to wear the hijab. Wear the hijab properly. I'm talking about proper hijab, proper abaya, not the butterfly abaya. That's not an abaya, that's a dress. Proper abaya. Would you rather be that type of sister, only talks about Islam, has no personality, and has no qualms only talking about Islam and spreading Islam, but she has no personality? She's always seen judging people. She's always seen criticizing people. She's always seen this, and that. Would you rather be this person who does not talk about if they listen to music? If they listen to music, they would not tell you. If they went to concerts, they would never tell you. If they did something haram, they would never tell you because they look like this. Or would you be the second category of Muslim? Westernized Muslim, the category where nails done, makeup cleanest makeup I've ever seen. Oh, sorry. Like, bro, makeup is fly. Hijab, neck showing, edges laid, body tea, goes to concerts, goes, listens to music, tells you what music the artist listens to, says everything and anything, talks about everything and anything. Which one would you rather be? Which one looks more fun? Because they're both Muslims. Am I right or am I wrong? You can't disqualify someone as a Muslim. You can't. They're both Muslims. If one Muslim is doing what I want to do, my nafs, what I want to look pretty. I won't get hate as much if I wear the hijab like this, even though realistically you get both hate. Both sides get hate. It's just which type of hate do you want? She does it all. It's literally westernized Muslim is what I'm going to call this Muslim. Or we want to be this Muslim. Which one is it? I've picked this one. I'm not boring. I got personality for days. So I'm not boring. Okay? I picked this one. Or if you're a new Muslim, or if you're someone looking to Islam, would you want this? And the thing about the most girls will pick this option because it looks more appetizing, because they're both Muslim. And if one Muslim can do this and still be a Muslim, and the other one does this and is also a Muslim, I would choose this one because they're both Muslims. It's just one is cooler and more aesthetically pleasing. This is an aesthetic westernized Muslim. And I'm not hating the girlies, okay? You want this or you want that? I'm picking this. I picked this, but I'm picking this because that's what society has pushed. That's what the West has pushed, is this type of Muslim who is still a Muslim because they are, but it's just Muslims differently. But that's not right though. And as girlies, this channel is just for truth and just to like open our eyes. How long are we gonna keep calling this particular girlie who looks like this for women to look up to? Because whether, like I said, I'm not with the don't parasocial relationship me stuff. I'm not with that. I move that out of the books. You know you're influencing people when you post on social media. No matter how small your follower count is, no matter how big it is, you're influencing people. So get the I don't have a parasocial relationship, don't have them with me, throw that out the window. How long are the girlies going to be wearing this and doing this type of Muslim, the Muslim Western aesthetic, until, which is where the party's got to now, everyone's doing it. Simple. They're doing it and then they want to find excuses, which is with some things in Islam. You want to try to find loopholes on what you can and cannot do. There is no loophole. With the hijab, there is no loophole. And I might sound harsh because sometimes my tone comes off. I'm not trying to sound harsh. I'm just speaking to you guys, right? It needs to go. It needs to go. And the thing is, a reason with that too is because people think that just because you wear full hijab and you wear proper abaya, you have no personality, you're boring. All you do is judge or gossip or criticize other people and think you're better than thou. That is not it. That's not how actual Muslims are supposed to be. If your whole personality is made up of the West and haram, quit that personality. If the way you are dressed right now is made up of the aesthetic of modesty and the aesthetic of Islam and the aesthetic of hijab, remove it. That's not gonna help you get to the Akhirah. Because yes, another excuse is I have the hijab on my head. Well, we want you to take it off? No, we don't want you to do that. But just because you have it on your head, only on your head, does not mean what you're doing is still acceptable. It doesn't.
And why I said even if you only have it on your head, keep it on, but that does not excuse the fact that it's not worn properly, is because yes, you are working towards wearing the hijab properly, but a lot of people I've realized on social media remain stagnant while wearing the hijab wrong. And that has push the fact that this is the way the hijab can be worn, but it is wrong. And you do not want to become one of those people where this is how the hijab is worn, because that's not how it is supposed to be. To wear the hijab improperly and call it the hijab is not right. The reason why I said and worded the point like that is because a lot of people like to excuse the haram that they do because there's a bigger problem in the world right now. So why are you coming at me for the sin that I'm doing? And to that, just because there are bigger things happening in the world right now does not excuse the haram that you do personally and that you post on social media. Back to the video.
At first, you get a little accustomed to it, and then you put it on. You do it fully, da da da. That's how you do. And if you said, I love Islam, this is my religion, this is who I want to worship, this is the people I'm going to follow in their footsteps to be like, that's how you do it. And I know me here ain't really proving the point of I'm not judgy. I sound judgy right now, I'm not gonna lie. But I just want you guys to like think about it for a second. Stop. As not to say that they're not Muslims. I didn't say that. I know there's gonna be someone in the comments, well, you're making it sound like they're not Muslim. I'm not making it sound like that. If I am, and I apologize, it's not what I make it sound like. But it needs to go, because it just needs to. It's not as Muslim girlies how we're supposed to be looking, how we're supposed to be dressing. Islam didn't say if this, and that, take off the hijab or wear it like this. It's not what it was. And we need to look inward and just put it on and go by the day. Because like I said, this is a short game. This life is a short game. The Akhirah is this is forever game. You gotta pick which one you really want. You want to be aesthetically pleasing for the human eyes, or pleasing to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who is going to give you everything and your mother in Jannah. You have to pick, you have to decide. You can't pick both. You can't pick both. You gotta know which one you really want. You want forever or you want for now? Which one? Because it might be harder right now to put the hijab on properly. It might be harder right now to buy new abayas that don't hug every crevice in your body, and I can see everything. Mercy. It's like, bro, I don't want to see that. But you gotta pick. And I was gonna think of sugarcoating what I gotta say. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, because some girlies, you can be firm without being harsh. I'm not being harsh. I'm being firm. Y'all girlies, can just stop. Enough with this rhetoric. Enough with this aesthetically pleasing Western Muslim. Enough. Like, you don't have to look like me. I'm not saying dress exactly how I dress. I'm saying dress how you're supposed to dress, is what I'm saying. You just have to dress properly. Simple as that. That's all I'm saying. Islam and culture has become wrapped, intertwined. It is sad, but it's true. These are just, I say I am something and I'm not. It's a title that I hold that I don't adhere to. But Islam and culture has just wrapped into itself. It is bad. It is sadly very true. And it needs to go. The girlies, and this is just girl, please. If you're the type of girly who dresses aesthetically pleasing, dress a certain way. It's gonna be hard. Trust me, it's gonna be hard. I've literally sat in my own backyard and heard someone call me a nun, which is old. Like, call me something else. Like, I've heard Batman, I've heard nun, I've heard ghost, I've heard Happy Halloween on a day that wasn't even Halloween. I thought she was it was really sad. It was an old lady. And me and my brother were outside. In our own yard, by the way, mind you. She drives. She said, what day is it today? I said, I don't know. I get nervous around people. So I'm like, okay, I don't know. Oh, is it Halloween? So I'm like, no, it's not Halloween. Honestly, I'm being so serious. I mean, dead serious, bro. My brain cooked out. I thought she had Alzheimer's, but she's driving a car, so that made no sense to me. Girl, help. And she says, oh, okay, well, never mind then, and jumps away. Like, I get discrimination in my own yard. And also probably to the good deeds too. Shoot. Hey! Think of it long term, bro. Would you rather get the discrimination and the hate now and love forever in the hereafter in Jannah? Or do what you want now, get all the love and the appreciation you want forever and hereafter? It ain't gonna look pretty. You have to pick. The girlies nowadays, we need to stop. You don't need to hate on people to get them to change. You don't even have to comment on their videos to get them to change. Leave people alone. You don't have to. The purpose of the video was to rant. The purpose of the video was to put my ideas out there. and to be like, please stop. We're a Muslim. We're not for the West. We're not for this world design. We're not here for this. Get your money, get your degrees, get your career, and get your deen. Get your bag. You do not have to be broke to be a good Muslim. I'm not saying you can't strive to be something in this dunya. I'm saying get your priorities in order. What do you really want? If you're gonna do something and you know it's haram, stop, because it ain't gonna help you in the hereafter forever. That's all I'm saying, man. That's all I got to say. Anyway, this is the Dunya Rambles podcast where I ramble on about this dunya. Hype this video up, like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on notifications, and I shall see you all in the next one, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.